live.
Oh, bit late. Sorry, everyone. Greetings. Welcome to episode 360. I don't know, 3,000, something like that. That was a bit close.
Yeah. I ain't even said that.
So, greetings. Welcome to the post-apocalyptic world that is now the planet we live in. Alex, have we got a chat box? Is it on this screen?
Yeah.
Who's out there? Someone say hello to me, for God's sake.
Let me try and replay some of that.
Have we got some chats? Because I've got to move something. I've got it in the way. Have you guys got sound? Yes. Protec Witch. Hello, my beautiful Archnin. Blessed love to Archnin in America. Let me move across. God damn it! Oh, Jesus Christ. We are so badly prepared. This is not by any means a professional production. Okay. Alex has just come back from the trenches. Oh, frick! La Roca. Who's La Roca? Who are you, La Roca, 84? I'd love to know. I'm going to get out of the chat box.
La Rock.
La
I swear was on last stream, La Rock.
Yeah, but I'd love to know if I know La Rock. Have I met La Rock in my travels around the world? Phil, what you saying, brother? The Fet Dial cover arrived today. Much love. Archnin, the last time I sent a dial cover out to the States, it got ruined. Fair brother, what are you saying, bro? I got drunk with you the other night. It was very good. Thank you. I really enjoyed it. You need to try lemonade and ice. Yo, Rhinus, what are you saying? Hello, everyone. You know, I've got no numbers, but that's all right. We'll do that in a minute. Don't think we will have met me. I've met Lee a few times at Beanie. Oh, wicked, man. Well, I'm wounded that Beanie is not on at the end of the month.
Me too. I was looking forward to it.
Gotcha. Did you see that? Park Ninja. That's
yes,
right. You come in this house, fly around my kitchen, you're getting it. Right, so listen. It's all a bit mad, isn't it? It really is a bit scary. I'm not going to lie. Unprecedented times, right? It's clearly why... Who are you, mate? But Protec Witch, right? Oh, no. Oh, okay. Hold on. Lee... You can't be logged in on Protec Witch and confusing me. You need to log in on your one. And... Hi, Dad. You were saying, well, it's my dad. Captain Rex, my dad. Dave, I run direct painting on eBay. I see. Right, anyway. Oh, there you are. What? It's so confusing. It is two of them.
La Rock is subscribed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, guys, listen. What we've done, instead of the normal nonsense, which I always do, and I'm going to do the housekeeping, and I'm going to tell you what to do this, and I'm telling you what to do that. What we've done now, at the bottom of the stream, there is Alex. He's so clever. I love you, Mr. Dalton. At the bottom of the stream, there is a full set of links on how you can support the channel. No more worrying about how to get your free Twitch Prime subscription, whatever you call it. All of it's there now. Al's done it. You click on anything down there and you can support us in any way you see fit. And kind of like the thing we'd love you to do as a minimum is please just at least push the notifications button and like the page. Even if you can't sub us or support us any other way, the likes will let you know when we're streaming live and you'll get some notifications. We've also got exciting plans coming up with Mr. Dalton because he's relaunched his stream and we're looking at doing like crossing the streams. Do you like that, Al?
Yeah,
I'm really hot. Look how sweaty I am. Excuse me. I've just been training and I got out of the bath and I had a phone call from someone. They got me all excited and hot and I'm like, bloody taxmen. They ring you up. They give you grief. 3,000 he wanted. Told him where to go. Right, so.
That was kilograms of pasta. Though.
That was kilograms of pasta. You come round my house. Honestly, my daughter's friend come round. And I was like, stay away. I was like, but do you need toilet roll or pasta? Because I can do that. Yeah, so any of you out there in the UK, this is serious, right? Any of you in the UK within 100 miles of me, I live in the Midlands. If you need anything, I will come and sort you out. I mean that. This is a time we should all be looking after each other a little bit. I've got food. I've got all that stuff. If any of you out there, especially those of you watching that are close personal friends, you know who you are. If you need anything, please just shout up. I've got a car, I've filled it up with gas, I've filled it up with petrol. I've got some money put aside if any of you are in the shit because I've got a house, I've got kids, and I know how scary it is when the money ain't coming in right. So all keep your heads, chill out. Alex is working in the co-op and he comes home every day with stories of these... Captain Rex is on, I can't swear. Yeah. He comes in with stories of these bloody idiots that are just spoiling everything. We've just had like notification that all the National Trust sites have been closed, right? And that's because some bellend, I can say bellend, can't I?
No, not really.
No, I can, because it's 2 words.
Right, fair. No worries.
Right? Can't go to a park and not kiss everyone. What's wrong with you people? So now I can't go to the park with my daughter, chill out, stay at home, watch this, paint some stuff, text your girlfriends, make a papier-mâché, I don't know, dinosaur, do something productive with your time, apart from going out and spreading your crap all over people. And crap was well justified there. This is really serious, yeah? I saw my mum and she's terrified, and she's one of that at-risk group people. So don't think about yourselves, you think about other people, all right? Otherwise I'm coming round. Well, I'll bring Alex. I'll do the shouting. Alex will be the actual 7-foot monster. I'm a little further south, 100 miles sadly, but I can vouch for the further messages. No, do you know what, Phil? Honestly, bro, if you needed me, mate, you know I know who you are and you're my brethren. I will come for you. You know that, yeah? We should all stop living in this world where we're all individuals. You're not. You're all the same. You all bleed the same. You all hurt the same. You all get hungry the same. So stop being selfish and think about other people a little bit. Enough. Rant over. Rasta rant. Done. Happy?
Yeah, I mean...
Anything else you want me to rant about?
Like, use the one line to explain it all, don't you?
What one line? Oh, that line.
Some, and your brother ain't got none, it's good to share.
Did you hear that? Say it again, Alex.
If you got some, and your brother ain't got none, it's time to share.
Do you hear that? That's reggae for you there, telling you the truth. You got plenty of food, plenty of toilet paper. Just leave some for everyone else.
It's not even about that, just a little bit of kindness.
Yeah, man, be nice to your brothers, your sisters. Right, listen. The idiocy is summed up in one night. Right, the pubs are shutting, don't congregate in. So what did most of the less? Go on, one last. Oh, they're no better. They're no better.
Oh, that's it, 9:30.
No, they won't, Captain Rex, right? Because I need to get out of this country pretty bloody quick. I've got a wedding I've got to go to, and my daughter's been looking forward to it all year. Well, all last year, for a long time, and that ain't happening because some idiot can't stay at home for 2 weeks. If everyone just stayed at home for 2 weeks, everything could start dropping off. But people have got to be idiots. Anyway, I love that. I love that in general. All I've seen on the internet in our communities that we frequent, right, is... I love you, Richie. Thank you so much. All I've seen in our communities is people proclaiming that and doing stuff on the internet to keep you indoors. I've seen more streams created in the past week than I've ever seen, which is great. Put a camera up in your house, stream your game, play a game on Vassal, do whatever you need to do to make this as short and as painless as possible. This is clearly a bizarre experience that none of us have been in or have any kind of like foundation to understand what we should be doing. Just be sensible, nice human beings and consider that all those strangers that live all around the world are actually your relatives. And if you think about it like that, and really you can trace all your blood back about 500-600 years. So we are all created as part of one family. So be kind to each other, practice one love, but at a safe, what are we talking? 4 meters? That's safe enough.
Yeah.
A safe 4 meters, 3,000 meters. That's how far I want you apart, right? I'm at home for the next 2 weeks at least. Yeah, all for it. We spoke. A lot of people have had a lot of things, you know, that have they've worked very hard and have lost. We've got to think about the children that have spent the past 5 years in secondary school working hard for their exams, and they're not getting them. They're getting, I don't know what they're doing for these poor little kids, but it is nonsense. And there's people out there suffering more than we are when we ain't got a bit of toilet paper. Because I'm sorry, guys, go and get a wet cloth or go and wash yourself. It ain't the end of the world. Have a shower. Right. So I'm going to play more. Yeah, this is all great, Bengar. Right, so listen, I'm not going to prattle on too much. If you like it and you enjoy it, we're down the bottom and push some buttons. If you don't, there's plenty of other streams for you to watch, or the news, but that's very, very depressing. So listen, today, Al, let's do split.
Yep. Split it is.
Oh, and listen, my brother might be watching, and my mum. So if you are, probably not my mum, because she don't know how, she didn't even know how to switch the iPad on. But if you're there and you haven't commented, David, if you don't want me to use your nickname on stream, bruv, you wanna comment soon. Look at how out of focus that is. That is not an acceptable thing to be left on my desk. I'm so sorry, Alex. Why did you leave that here? Cheers.
My bad.
I'll just get rid of this.
Oh look, somebody's going on about the state of your phone, but they don't realise that
Wait.
that phone you got nothing.
I've got without that phone, right? Without that phone,
But
my
to
life.
carry a
I love that phone 3000. I tell you, I really do. Right, look, airbrush day, airbrush. You hate this, I know you do. Not all of you have got it, and you hate when I use it, but it's tough. I'm using it. We're painting this thing. This hasn't got a face. His face is here. Look, so we got been getting loads done whilst having to stay in whilst negotiating. I'm sorry, just my iPad went off. Right, okay, so yeah, we're going to be doing this. What I've done so far, let's talk you through what I'm doing. I'm trying to do one, and I know I talk about this every time we do a show. I'm trying to do one that I actually get finished in a show, or close to finished. So all I've done is I mixed. I spoke to someone about the colours on this, but they gave me a load of directions that were from a set of colour ranges that I didn't really have, and he said a lot of names that didn't make any sense, and you all need to understand I'm colourblind. So this is, I'll show you. I have got today, by the way, I'm using a small selection of browns, a small selection of greys, some bronze and silver colours, and some reds, right? So I mixed. First of all, mixing is really bad for me, but this was a base coat, so I'm never going back to this colour. So I mixed 10 parts scarlet red, because it's my favourite colour, because it's scarlet. I mixed, where are we?
Lucky Call Sign has appeared.
Lucky Call Sign! She's the best one on stream. We love Lucky. Right, so I mixed 10 parts red, 5 parts black, 1 part dark brown. And I know that sounds mad, and I don't know if it's a colour that is even a relevant colour in the colour wheel, but I like those 3 colours mixed together. And it got me this, right? Is it a nice colour, Al? Right, so this is like a dark red colour, like a winey colour, right? So all I've done is airbrush the base coat, stuck the model together. There was no filling required. It did need some cleaning up, really important. And then what I've done as well, which a lot of you won't, is I broke his weapon off. I cut it off and I rebuilt it, right? So look, you take this off there, and now this will go in here. You'll see in a second. Yeah, no, maybe, no, he's older than that. Jesus, my brother's about 100. So that I can paint, you see what happens? I can paint the spear separate and I can put it all back together on the model, right? And I've got the shield separate and his face. Okay, so all I've done is I base coated it all red. I base coated the shield with some bronze, and then I just airbrushed the red, picked out that bit of bronze, and there's just a couple of metal base colours on the staff. Other than that, have you got a picture of this that you can grab hold of me from the internet?
I can try. Give me 2 seconds.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Right, so first thing I want to do is apparently on the back of it, it's got this fur, right? It's got this blacky brown fur. So my idea was, because we're using really, really dark colours, I spoke to Lee about this. It's really interesting that painters have got really different styles of doing things. So Lee would have gone light and washed back, whereas I'm going to start from dark on this one, which is not normal for me. I normally go from like a lighter base coat up, but because of the way we've got this split colour on the body, you'll see what's going on there. So, and listen, while I'm working today, because I am going to smash it out a little bit, if you guys want any more what did you do then, or how did that work, or what about if I did this on that, please put up your questions. And if I don't see them, hopefully Alex will see them. Oh, also, yeah, we're still giving away that Shadowcaster, guys. So £180 stretch goal. You can donate on the link. There's only, 50 quid left to go, and then I'm giving that away. Right, let's get cracking. So
1 second. Here is the picture.
Okay, so that's you see where we got the light and dark. He's got these dark red legs and arms, and then he's got this kind of fleshy, bony coloured body, and then the hair and the fur is meant to be brown and blacky brown. So the colours they recommended, I don't understand a lot of colours. I get told red, I get told skin, I get told brown, and I use what I've got because you have to understand a lot of what I do with painting is time, and it's me practicing with certain colours, and then when I know it works, I can't go deviate until I've had time. I love you, Archnin. You're my favourite. He's so good. Right, so listen, all we're going to do is grab some black. Let's grab some black.
So Phil said he prefers to work from black anyway.
Right, okay.
Also the same school as me. I don't like spraying any colour but black.
Have you but honestly, have you ever seen me black anything since you've been here? So these were grey primed, Halford's grey primer. I always go light primer. Remember when we did this? Yeah, this was grey primed again. You can still get all those darks in really easily. It's not a problem if you grey prime, and it lets the lighter colours pop. So whenever you're using less opaque colours, the grey will help that. When you're working over a black base coat, a lot of those things don't have the opacity to cover that. So simple as anything. Remember, when we're working, you're starting with a brush, test that, make sure you've got paint flow. A lot of you that are watching this would have seen this anyway and will know all this. Remember, needle juice, we're always cleaning this as it dries. And I'm staunch grey primer now, unless it's something that's got to be totally one colour as your brown. Yeah, absolutely. I like working from light colours when I paint. I always used to work from black, guys. Always used to work from black. And I actually found that on 95% of what I was doing, it was more time consuming than going from the lighter colours, because of the amount of work you had to do. So all I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to airbrush some black on this fur, these couple of bits. This is going to be a little bit hard to see because it's black on really dark red, but bear with me for a minute.
Like I was saying, when he sprays the model black, you just can't see it anymore.
There is, do you know what? There's something, as much as that sounds silly, there is something to be said from that. So, remember, like, watch my finger, yeah? Watch. So you see my brush, see how wide that's because my brush is dirty, I don't know why. And you'll start to see that, because if you remember on here, when I started spraying, I had a much finer point. So I often work against my glove and then come onto the model so that I know that whether my paint's flowing right. So watch again, let's take this apart, because I don't need this on here, that's why I did this. Please come apart. Yeah, that is right, Lee. I did use a drill bit as a pin. I have a lot of drill bits. Right, so remember, on the finger, get your paint flowing. Let's just get some black on here. So I'm just coming slightly onto the red, right? Let the airbrush do the fade for you. Just coming slightly onto the red. Right, the airbrush will fade that black into that red seamlessly. You don't need to worry. Okay, top bit. We are going to smash through this tonight. This ain't going to be like the other streams. I'm not 100% sure I'll get every single tiny little detail, but I'm going to give you an 80% finished model tonight. You mark my words. Which badger? I need to get some different needles for my airbrush so I can get a finer point. I've got a badger airbrush and it's lovely. I'm not sure you should get finer needles, dude. I think you should just buy another airbrush. And you buy your brush specifically for the job you want to use. Honestly, downgrading a needle size will not... Some brushes are built to be super fine. Some brushes aren't. We've got a little bit on the back of his leg. Right, so listen as well tonight. We've got no music on, which does mean I'm going to prattle at you. Because we can't find any decent license free. So if you'd like us to put on that same track, let me know. If not, say nothing. And if anyone out there in their divine wisdom has access to some decent license free music, can you please let me know? What are you laughing at, bro? What we got?
Shanana Gaming says, why don't you just sing? And Bendad says, can't I do some freestyle beats?
I've been listening to Etta James all day. There's no way I'm singing that.
I don't think I've got the energy to do a regular beat, let alone a freestyle beat.
Okay. So there you go, simple as that. A little bit of black on, faded in. Let's clean the brush and let's step up a colour nice and quick. Let's go straight to brown, highlight that. What are you pshing about?
Paul Spurgeon's fired a shot.
What has he said?
Comment, he said, Rasta prattle on, no, Exactly. Not exactly shock news. Is
Right, listen, Spurgeon. Where's your wife? Get your wife on, and she'll sort you out. Because you know she loves me. Jesus. You see, you've kept it. He's been indoors for 10 minutes, and he's got to come on here and start trouble.
Yeah, Bengal reckons that I can beatbox like the guy from Police Academy. Oh, that's it. I wouldn't want to spread viruses.
So, you've all seen me clean out. I'm not going for it. And I'm just stepping straight up to Chard Brown. She's listening in. Hi, Mrs. P. You're the best. The best. Mr. Stander's rubbish. Mrs. P should come on stream all the time. Right, so this is Chard Brown, so really dark brown. We'll do that and then we'll put a little lick of light brown just on the tip of the fur and you'll see. Whenever you change colour, make sure your brush is blown through. And then clean off the needle before you start painting. What? Listen, Gandhi. Right, happy Bernie, everyone. Happy Bernie's nearly 70. He's got no hair and he looks like Gru from Despicable Me. Don't you come on my stream and start messing with me, son. Yeah, I love you, Dave. That's my brother, everyone. And my brother's watching in France, in the Corrèze. So, the looks really didn't make it that far down the family. The reason why he lives in France is he was deported for his atrocious looking face. So, but we still love you, Dave. It's family. It doesn't matter what you look like, bro. If you can get a Sortar 2020, they're about at the moment real cheap because of Badger's birthday special. Right, so again, let's lick the top. Some light brown. I don't want to go all the way down here. I just want to catch the top. Do you see? You can see the look at my finger. All right, so I've just caught the top, and I know this is really hard to see because it is dark, and we're going to do the same on this side. Do you see the brown? I know it's hard, isn't it? Can you guys see? Just the brown on the tip. You get those blends on your own, it'd be a nightmare. Let me clean this and then I'll do the other bits. And then when I step up to the final brown, we're going to be pretty much close to there. I might, at the end, catch a couple of bits with a small dry brush, but at the moment, I don't think it's going to happen. So you see why I'm using my finger, right? You see when I use my finger like this? It's because I'm protecting the model. So I don't want this brown to blow onto anything else. So use your fingers, right? Block out with your hand. You can block out like that. You can get in and stop paint overspray without masking. That's why you see my thumbs pop into stuff all the time when I'm working. When you're working on the edge, I can get the fade just in. I don't have to go onto the model and ruin it. I'm ruining my thumb, not the model. So, same again. And a couple of bits on the leg. And I'll just say something, Games Workshop, you should be disgusted. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
What for?
Look, they've given him a pubic bush hanging down, Alex.
That's better than the regular.
There's no need for that, Alex. Why did you need to sculpt that detail?
Skulls and spikes.
I feel like I need therapy now, bro. I feel like I've been abused.
Oh, your brother loves you.
Oh, where did he say that?
Oh, look at that, it's right there.
Oh, I love you, bro. I love you, bro. My mum, I hope my mum's on. If you're on, mum, my mum's name is Elizabeth Delapina. And my mum is the best mum ever. And I love her loads, and I don't tell her enough. Well, I do, but I don't tell her enough. So if you are watching and you can't do the typey thing, love you, mum. Right, let's crack on. There was a troll there with him. Yeah, it's always dangerous having Bengar in the chat, isn't it? It's always like a potential sexual innuendo waiting to happen. Yeah. Can we keep it Corona? What is more worrying, George, is that you looked at the so close. Dude, you see, you and Bengar, we got to get you your own stream, I think.
It's just going to start reducing spondoolies.
Yeah,
I'm just going to start throwing out fines.
Shenanigaming. If I was you, shenanigaming, I would walk away from this set of conversations because the nanny droid behind the desk is starting to talk about taking your spondoolies away for being naughty. So be nice. All right, be nice. We will do some gaming streams. So the plan is with our future streams. So Monday night's always going to be your painting stream. Tuesday night's going to be a game or two of X-Wing. And then we're going to try and do something similar on a Saturday night, right? Maybe, or a Friday night. So, ooh, they have their own stream. They do have their own. Right, no one jump off stream. You all stay here. Right, so a little bit of. Should we go Beastie Brand? What do you reckon? Beastie Brand. No rules tonight, just keep it clean for lucky. Yeah, please remember, this is, I love you, Ben. I love you, all of you in there. But please remember, and I got a fruity tone of voice when I want to. I can be really rude and really sweary. But Little Lucky's on, and there are other kids that watch this stream. So we can say the odd thing, but let's just try and keep it a little bit. PC. Yeah, a PC. Okay, and I will do later shows where we can not keep it PC.
You're talking about Project Stream on Wednesday? What's going to happen?
Okay, can you start to see now? Let me get you in shot. Can you start to see the fade in the brown? Okay, so listen, guys, one little thing. If you guys are out there and you're going to spend any money on anything, please spend it on local stores. Protect your local gaming centres. Please don't go and use Amazon. Please don't go and use the big manufacturers. Use your local shops. They're going out of business, right? You're going to lose a lot of them if you don't in the next couple of months. Mark my words. So if you guys need any hobby supplies, you need anything painting, you need anything like that, please check out the small traders in this country and let's keep them trading while we have all this nonsense go on. That do. Little dry brush on the tips, done. We're not going mad, right? This is if you guys watch these, get a model, go back, get it ready. I'm hoping you should be able to keep up with this. Don't beat yourself up if it's not exactly the same. But I'm trying not to go too mad with anything on this so that you guys can. Sorry, when I concentrate, I stop talking. Okay. So, browns are kind of on, right? So let's start with some red. So what I'm going to do, what I have done actually, is I've gone over slightly. Let me grab my palette. Where's my palette, Ali? Alex, is it over there? That side, bro. Just look down under the table. You'll see it. Makes sense when you're stuck at it. I'm not saying I'm rebellious, but I just might to have an oven cook up a ready meal. Dude, man, I can't even invite you around for nothing to eat, can I, Rich? It's pretty sad. So I've just got a bit of black out because I have gone over in a couple of spots, right? But it's not important to get the flats. I just need to get that bit, my dark colour, my dark edge. So anywhere I've hit anything light, I need to make sure I got that dark. That's it. That was all. It was a little bit of overspray. So this original colour was mixed, like I said, with scarlet red and black and so on. So we're just going to go straight to scarlet red. This is going to be a one-stage highlight. I don't want much red on this. I want a tiny little bit. I'll highlight the hands and the feet ultimately with the brush, with an actual brush, right? So let's go scarlet red. Oh, I'm full of paint. There's no point trying to blow that out, George, when you're full of paint. Archning, Jesus, Archning's got some spondoolies, not compared to Clearly. I've got to switch my notifications off. Are you on Facebook right now? You are, aren't you? You're messaging people.
I'm replying to important things.
So, Remember, you wash out your cup, you blow it out, you never blow through your needle till you've got clean water. Right, so scarlet red. Let's get rid of some of these, clear up a bit. Scarlet red, there we go. So, it's all you're doing, yeah, most of the time. You don't need loads of paint, 2-3 spots. What are you laughing at? You still laughing?
No. Laughing at the state of the war. Because if I didn't, I'd be crying about it.
Did you hear that, everyone? Alex is laughing at the shockingness of you lot. So much time to kill waiting for washes to dry on Rex's boys.
Don't use washes.
Don't use washes, man. What's wrong with you? So, I'm going to wrap round, and this front's going to be all light, right? So I'm not doing much around here. So I'm just putting in a little bit of red. I'm not covering it all. I'm doing a few bits and bobs. You can see, right? You can see the difference between the unredded and just the base coat. So I'm sorry, these colours are really dark and not the best for seeing. Now, washes of the paint of gods, please. So when you're painting flesh, skin, work on muscle groups. Hold on. If you don't know what the muscle groups are, go and get a book or take your top off and go to the gym. And you'll work out where the muscle groups are. Who was that? Who? I missed it. Was that Phil? Phil, I love you, dude. Thank you, man. Well, we're very close, everyone. I think we're going to be getting a shadowcaster going to someone tonight. I'll get it on stream in a bit so you can all have a look how beautiful it is. So let's carry on. A bit on the buttocks. You can see the way the paint goes on, right? So my centre point's there and then I fade out. That's binding, right? What's binding? Dims. What? Mark, what are you saying? All the way in Canada. Hello, my beautiful. How are you, bro? How are you? So why did I bring the red all the way around? Because I like the idea of the skin colour being shaded with the darker red, which would be a nightmare to put on. So I'm not putting any red here because there's not going to be any. Okay. Right, so just the tail. Nice strong bit of red on this.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
That's a pretty serious question. It is a very serious question.
Okay, so serious question with an airbrush. Obs the paint spray as a cone. How do you control where it goes so you don't overspray? Let's try show you something on the brush. Let me clean off. So you will, in some respects, get a little bit of overspray, whatever you're doing. So what you do a lot of the time is you plan on the order of colours you're going to use. So you're probably going to go from your dark up to your light and try and work in a way where you're not going to count across, but I'll show you something. Let's see if I can show you on here. See how small that dot is, Mark? See that? See how small that dot is? It's just a good airbrush. That's how controllable they are. It's really hard to paint on my hand because my hand won't stay still. And actually painting, like, using an airbrush to paint a line is a nightmare. But so see already, see as I'm pulling back the trigger, I was getting nothing. Because that little bit of dry needle will stop it. Right? If you really want super control, like pinpoint control, you're constantly cleaning this needle. The needle is the problem. The needle will dry, and you are talking like hundredths of a foul of play, nowhere near millimeters. So the minute you get a piece of paint on that needle, it's going to affect. You see a neater line? Look, there's no overspray mark on either side of that line. If you get a good airbrush and you understand, you get close, you can get like, that's where my brush is in comparison to my hand. I can get right close. And then you control your airflow. So I'm running a professional compressor. I'm running out at the moment at about 18 pounds of pressure. And that can be controlled, right? So you can get really in close. Like, you can't see this because of the way I work, but I'm in here. I'm properly close at times to the model, right? That's when you've seen me. You'll see when I start getting on the front and I start painting with it, you'll see how close I can get. So can you see what's happened with the reds, right? It's just started to add some nice reddy, charry brown colours onto that. We're not worried about the front because we're going to go on there with the skin. No worries, Mark. A lot of people, I really do like when you ask questions because I don't often know what the problems you guys are actually having. And one of the biggest parts of airbrushing for me was getting through the how to clean stuff. So this, I ain't trying to be controlled. I just put a little bit of red over it. Most of his face is going to be done with a brush anyway. So that's done. Let's clean out the red and let's get onto some exciting colours at the front that are actually going to make you guys get a little bit moist. I love Scarlet Red. It's probably my favourite red. I swear to you. No, I just love that colour. Genuinely do. It's a coincidence they called it Scarlet Red. But I think out of all the colours I own, it's probably the most used one. Apart from Wolf Grey, which goes on everything. Right, so let's have some fun. Let's start painting really sexily with this. Alright? Let's get this on. This is where things are going to start happening and you're all going to get excited like I did anyway when I was painting that Blood Bowl guy. So let's look at some, we've got dark flesh tone, we've got, no, I don't want that. We've got dwarf skin and I've got elf skin and I've also got bone, right? Because apparently there's a lot of bone in this. When I come to maybe highlight some of the hands, I'll start putting some bones in my red, right? So there's a kind of like a train of thought when you're painting. You can either individually highlight each colour with its own separate kind of colour palette, but the way to unify a model is generally to add a highlight colour into all your colours. So the thing I noticed with this was that the bone colour has been used as a highlight medium for the reds, which you have to be careful with, right? Because you can turn it pink, but what that does is that unifies the highlights from the skin to the fur to the red, and it balances out a model quite a lot. Also, I want the blonde bimbo in there. Well, let's not worry about that because you should all be here watching this. We'll all be fine. Should we start with dark this time? Let's start with dark.
Captain Rex says, how is Scarlett coping with her enforced holiday?
She's such a good kid, Dad. You wouldn't believe it. First day off, she got up on Friday. Bless her. She slept a little bit longer than normal, but she got up on Friday. Alex was here. She came down the stairs and sat straight at the back of the stream on the computer and started doing her homework and doing her schoolwork. I've got to do it. I love her. And she's all right. She's got us. She's just chilling tonight. She'll be all right. You know, the main thing is they're safe. I'm way more worried about my parents and my grandparents than I'm going to be about that. So this colour, there it is. This is really dark, right? So what I'm going to try and do now is paint muscle tones like you would with a brush. It's never easy. Expect me to shut up. Expect me not to talk for a bit. And expect maybe this not to be perfectly in focus for you, because I need to concentrate on what I'm doing now, not get you the perfect angle for my shot, although I am trying to. Okay, this is good. This is good. It's very dark, but that's okay. It's what we need. Can you start to see? So working that muscle group, right? So my brush started on the centre of the muscle. I came along and back and then side to side and softened it out. So start at a high point, start at a wide, and then you come in. So here we got the circle, so I'm going to try and highlight the circle. Very controlled, no overspray. See, Mark? If you've got the right brush and you're cleaning the needle, see, look, already filthy. Right sort of pressure, take your time, learn your control. This is hard, right? So push down is your air, pull back is your paint, right? That's your paint. I shouldn't have done that, but that's your paint. So it's like using a sewing machine. You have to have like a two-way control on your hand.
That they're saying if we get a full lockdown, he'll get a nice, easy drive to work. And Lee says he's going to be isolated for 12 weeks, so relying on us guys to keep him sane.
This is like patient with me, yeah? My name's Rasta Mace, and I only paint a certain way, right? So I can't give you a 10-minute paint job, whatever I do. So just be patient, and I'll get you there sooner than you know. Look, can you see the fade? Look at the fade on the muscle, right? On the bicep. You see that fade? You see the fade already coming on the skin? Right, you can't do that with a brush. You guys need to be brave and go out and buy an airbrush, right? And I'll teach you how to do it just like this. Right, so here, right? See as I'm coming up, this is where my brain goes. This is how I paint. So my paint flow is going to start from here. And then I'm going to come across so that I don't affect this dark line. I'm all right with that because I can, the simple indent of that bit of plastic will create a barrier to leave a dark line here. And once you understand the way you paint with an airbrush and the way that the flow of paint is directed with air, you understand how to cheat the process ever so slightly. I'll have to see if I can pick a brush up. So this is Iowata Revolution. You're looking at about £130 new, and you really can do anything. And there are much better brushes. See, so I leave that dark going up. And let's try and get his pec right here. Got a bit of crap on it. There you go, Mark. You see how controlled they are, bro? Look. You don't have to get into none of the darks. I just painted the pec. So, and the brush is allowing me to fade into this dark, right? We're going really light right on the front, yeah, and on the front of the legs and on the front. But you see how I can just fade that brown, into the red, and then into the black and into the brown, and it's all done so easily. I spent 30 years of my life painting professionally, and the day I found out about airbrushes, after being a absolute, like, having my head buried in the sand and shouting, that ain't proper painting, that ain't how you paint, you can't, that's cheating, absolutely did not have a bloody clue what I was talking about. An airbrush is another tool, it's really hard to use, but once you get used to it, you can do stuff with this thing. So as well, as I started to get too much paint then, I pulled my brush back, alright? And I saved the problem. So if you kind of watch what my hands do when I work, and that can be a bit hard, but you will see technique. It's kind of like watching a carpenter. It's one thing a carpenter telling you how to cut a hinge into a door frame, but if you actually watch him and watch the way he holds his chisel, watch the way he uses his hammer, you'll learn more from that than you will from being instructed. Okay, it's kind of like chest, shoulders, arms, first coat, like at the front, right? So let's crack on with those legs a little bit, and then I can swap up a colour. I mean, what we've been going for, guys, Jesus Christ, it's 10 to 8. I thought I'd been going for 2 hours. This is really good. I've only been painting for like half an hour. I never said that. What? I have to see if I can pick a brush up. Never said what? What did he say?
I think that airbrushing was easy.
Oh, no. But it isn't as hard as a lot of you have built up in your head. It is just a case of having a practice. So this is the only bit, right, on this model that worries me, is working around this tail. Right, because this is going to be oversprayed at some point if I'm not careful. So if you were worried about stuff like that, you could slip some masking tape, you can wrap it up, you could use blue tack. I'm sure I'll kind of make something up as I'm going along. Right, let me have a drink because I'm as dry as Gandhi's flip-flop. That was acceptable, was it?
Yeah, get rid of it. Cream cracker.
Cheers!
It worked as well.
Dry as a cream cracker.
Yeah.
I've not heard that one. Thanks, Al.
No worries.
That's gone in, bro.
Lee was all set to get an airbrush at Christmas and then bottled it. And
Who?
Lee Taylor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel him. I bought an airbrush, but I bought a cheap one. Wasn't a good idea.
So honestly, right, so this is next stage down. This is an Iowata Neo. So this is about a £75 brush, right? You do not go lower quality than this. This is a fantastic brush for the money. Like a properly fantastic brush. This is the next level up. These are both Iowatas. That's the lower price point. That's the higher price point before you get to £300 brushes, right? Really expensive. Iowata Neo is what you want to start with if you're going with Iowata. Iowata is the same company as Badger. They make all the same internal components. You're just looking at a different outer body. So Iowata, if you're going for that, the Neo is where you want to start. This comes with 2 needles. So you have got a wider spray for base coating and a tighter. She's not a big brush as such. I'll show you her needle. She's not a big brush at all. Nice small needle, but she's not as fine as this, weirdly enough. Even when you look at the needle points, Mark, or whoever was talking about needles, this one's got a fatter actual needle than that one, but this spray's a finer point. Because it's all to do with the whole build of the brush. Some of them are designed to kind of limit to where they go. And if you go on a lot of the websites, you will find things will tell you about, is this brush super detail? Is this brush super fine? They got little ways of telling you what you're going to get.
Does it go the opposite way though? If you buy a super fine brush, does that mean you can not base coat as well?
Well, no, you shouldn't be using it for that. If you're buying a very, very, like Lee's got one that is so tiny, why would you want to put paint through it unless you had to? You don't want to be spending hours and hours going through, you know what I mean, loads and loads of paint. A little bit on the hands, just to lighten her.
Yeah, there you go. And Lee's saying that primer and base coats have got loads of pigment, so they block the finer brushes a lot quicker.
See, Lee explains it like a
Ask
proper.
a man a question.
Ask a man a question. Let someone else answer it.
Yeah.
That's how we get by in life, Alex. Remember. Right. So, that's it. Right. That's first coat with a skim. Right. That was dark flesh. Let's step up, and now we can really get excited.
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, that's it, it's done now.
It's done. That's it. That's it. See you later, everyone. I'm off. Base coats by normal brushes then. No, I would say base coat. Either one of these brushes is great for base coating as well. These are plenty big enough for base coating. I wouldn't dream of putting base coats, like big, expansive base coats with a hand brush anymore, ever. Majority of the bases I lay down with the airbrush. And then I will go in and, if you know, when you want to block out a colour, block out a smaller area, you obviously can't do that with a brush, so you have to do it by hand. Okay, what about the face? What about the face? Well, so the face, Captain, is, the face is very little red. We're going to go much more the skin colour, so I don't really need to start on that yet. I'm just going to put a light lick on that, and then I'm going to do this with a brush. This is too, can you see this face? This is too small to paint with an airbrush properly. I'm going to try and catch the horns though. Sorry, me mum. So, I had some really nice pretzels earlier on today. What have you guys been eating? Right, Captain. I miss you now, Captain. I hate that I can't see you. I hate it. I hate being... I've just got myself in a mindset where I was coming back to X-Wing big time. And I wanted to play. And I even had my sights set on winning nationals this year. And I can't play X-Wing. And I'm a little bit gutted about it. I'll be playing here. Just had meatballs and pasta. You know who makes the best meatballs, don't you, Mark? The Italians and the Swedish. Alex has vanished. I've just noticed my nanny droid has disappeared. So, this is dwarf flesh. That's really big jump. Look where I've gone. I've gone from that to that, right? So you've got to be careful. So blow out, because I've still got that brown caught in it.
Oh, everybody's talking about dinner.
Oh, what they had?
It looks like just had pizza, just had meatballs and pasta. Sounds very Italian. I do that one. Andreas says, damn right, Rasta.
So what I had, oh Andreas, I love you. Mwah, love you, Andreas. So I had my mother's lasagna and my mother's focaccia con sale, and it was, oh, how good's my mum's lasagna?
Oh, it's wicked. You know, it's the only food that I could ever truly say that's what I... See, Scarlett asked me the other day, she was like, if you could have any food on the planet, what would you have? And I was like, I want Nanny's lasagna for catch. That's it.
Mrs. I haven't had a curry for ages. Yeah. Do you know what? Italian parents are not like any other type of parent. Right. Diet Cola, chicken and mash. Okay, nice.
Okay.
All right, just in here for a quick look. I love you, bro. Listen.
That's Andreas Spine. He's like, I wonder if he's learned to paint yet. No, he ain't.
Listen, Andreas. I love you, bro. Give my love to your family and please keep them safe out there, yeah? Okay? Genuinely give a monkeys about you guys, so please be careful, bro. I've met your family, I met your beautiful kids and your beautiful wife, and you look after them, bro. Go home and paint some stuff and make me look bad. Right. I've got to be really careful now, yeah? I might even rest on this a little bit. It's a really crap place to put it for you guys to see what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I ain't doing that again. I get genuinely excited when stuff works like that. I have spent 20 years painting these things with a brush. And I'm putting blends on skin like that and I'm getting all giddy about it because how easy it is. I'm just here for a quick load stuff. I've read that one. So look at that. Look at the fade. Look at that, Alex. Like that.
Very nice. Very nice indeed.
With the red. Do you like the reds underneath? They're good, aren't they?
It's a lot. It takes 65 washes for me to get
Both wife and the little one. They're all right? Andreas, you just like really freaked me out then. They're all right, little one and the missus. Like, oh, bloody hell. I'll ask a question, I'll get an answer I don't like. I should keep my mouth shut.
Because if every question has an answer you like, you wouldn't have the question.
Oh, all right, grasshopper.
Become like Mr. Miyagi at the top.
So I'm definitely building up this colour more at the front, right? I want it lighter, much lighter at the front, and I'm going to do extra highlights at the front. We're going to go in with a bone. We are going to go in with the bone in a minute.
It's just a little bit of a...
Oh, all right, mate. It frightened me. Do you know who did have it, though, everyone? Ash. My partner in crime, Mr. Brooks, caught it. And he said, it ain't a joke.
Trying to find Andreas' picture.
Yeah, Mark, look. Did you see I painted in between that horn, this horn, and this face? Did you see I actually got the paint to go past both of those and hit what's behind it? So when you learn the feel of your brush, you can direct this thing into weirdly little places that you wouldn't think are possible, yeah? Who's looking forward to tomorrow? What's happening? What's happened? Ow, what's happened? What's happened, Ulfric?
No idea. Tomorrow might just be I mean, oh, Disney Plus is released tomorrow. That's what Boris Johnson's speech is going to be about.
The Disney Plus.
Disney Plus is out.
Everybody, I'd like you all to stay home. What we've done to help you all is Disney Plus is now free. So go home, watch Star Wars, enjoy some Marvel, and love on it 3000. Ulfric, have you not seen any of like The Mandalorian or any of the new season of Clone Wars or any of that yet? Are you one of the good people that doesn't abuse the internet, Ulfric? That's what I'm trying to find out.
I'm sure he is.
I'm sure he is too. Ulfric's like an angel.
Upstanding citizen of the internet. You're right if I let the beast sat for 2 minutes.
You can let the beast sat.
Andreas says he hasn't watched Clone Wars, but that would insinuate that he's seen the Mandalorian.
Look at how cool this thing is. Look at how cool that's becoming, everyone. I haven't seen any of the Mandalorian. It is a space opera about a single father trying to make his way in the galaxy. And it resonated with me more than any other Star Wars. So remember, if you're enjoying this stream and you haven't liked and you're learning something and you haven't subbed or followed us, please do it. It pays my electric bill and then I can keep streaming. I'm so in love with this model at the moment. Look at it. That was a good idea doing the red underneath, dude. How do I have these colour excellent accidents? You see, honestly, those of you that have ever wondered how I won all the tournaments I won, I told you it was lucky. That's all it is. Trust me, I'm lucky. The finished things on the Warlords page. I love you, brother. Alex will get a picture of that up for you now. Is it good?
Yeah. No.
Do we need to put it on?
Well,
no one even likes him. He's little and he comes from a country I can't pronounce.
No, I don't need.
Is the mic off?
So I can't.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, I do that Andreas guy. He comes on here, he shows everyone he's painting, trying to make me look bad, bro. I'll tell you, when I get hold of him, I'm going to give him such a good hiding. All right, put the mic back on now.
All right.
Right, so, yeah, sorry about that. We lost Sam for a minute. I think we got some pretty mediocre picture to show you in a moment. You shut up. You stay where you are. All right? You stay where you are. You know I've got no ego like that, bro. Your painting is amazing and I can't match what you do. And I want people like you on my stream, Andreas. Don't you even dream of taking me seriously. Andreas is a ridiculous non-metallic, metallic, whatever you... He sees colour. First 2 episodes... Best Bits Baby Yoda on Y2. Yeah, mate, wait till you see the rest of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Here we go. I will distract you for 2 minutes. Here's Andreas' Lambda Finn.
Holy crap. You're such an idiot. Why are you so good at that?
It's all these little chips and
it does it so good. I'm like fascinated with it.
If I could, yeah, still even 2% of that.
Oh, that's rubbish. Get it off my screen. Get it off my screen. I'm sorry, everyone, that you've had to look at that. I'm so sorry. Andreas, he gets very emotional if I don't put his work on. You know, he's got such a massive ego. I'm sure you've all heard about it. He's not a nice guy. But I love you, Andres. Your work is just next level, mate. Properly next level. The time you must put, and trust me, people, that paintwork, that ain't like this. That's a long, long, long time he's spending.
Just waiting for all these messages to come through.
Okay, let's start putting a little bit here. So when you are painting this sort of detail, right, you need to really clean this. This needle is really relevant that it keeps being clean. You saw that, right? The instant I cleaned that needle, I got to paint the way I wanted it. Okay. All right. Yeah, just a bragger. Oh, Andreas, you're so good.
Oh, he's left-handed.
Turns out, in order to be any kind of decent painter, you have to have some kind of disability. Left-handed, colourblind. Lee.
There you go. Look, Lee has made a mistake. I'm pretty sure Lee was the guy grilling you about mixing two different companies' paints or not cleaning out your airbrush.
Oh, what's he done now?
He just went to use it. He had a pot of black in it from 2 days ago.
Oh!
That's it.
And you had a go at me for leaving painting my airbrush for like 10 minutes.
It's alright, I think he knows his punishment because it's going to take him 4.5 hours to clean the airbrush out.
That's Sonic cleaning business,
Yeah,
that is. That's total strip down, maybe part replacement.
Fix it with a new one.
Who was that?
Lee.
So don't worry about these, right? There's no point in me trying to miss those. I'll come back in with a brush, darken them down, put some red over it. Don't worry. Yeah, there's no point. When you get a little detail like this, just spin it, move on, and then we'll come back and we'll pick out certain bits, okay? So don't freak out about stuff like that on your models. Don't let it like trouble you with how you're working, sort of thing.
So you're going to have to go back and apply every same layer of colour to the face.
What? I'm going to put some of this on the face now, and then I'll finish the face by hand.
Oh no, the left-handed resistance has started to get together. It's found in two members.
Are they trying to take down us righties?
Well, there's just two of them at the moment. So
it's not got out of hand yet.
No, not yet.
My hand's going now. I'm going to have a break for a second. Just give me a sec. Stupid. I can lift 60 kilos in one arm and I can't hold my airbrush for an hour.
Do you want the shop?
Yeah, it's upstairs. Will you grab it for me? It's in my bedroom somewhere. Oh, alright, I'll be with you in a minute. My hand's gone, Mum. Stupid. Oh, mate, I got an injury on my arm related to a car crash I had like 20 years ago, and now it's come out in like finger grip. So doing that with the airbrush, like I said, I can 60 kilos one hand, and I can't do that with a brush. Alex is coming. I've got a strap that like cuts the muscle off, so it lets me keep working. If he can find it. It's funny today because of the coronavirus. I had a physio meeting over the phone. I was like, I am just fascinated by how we're going to do physio today over the phone, and she did nothing. She was like, do some more of those, and I was like, where's my electrotherapy? Where's my sonar? Make me better. I need to be 21 again. Good droid, care and protect it. That boy, everyone, while he's upstairs, he's a legend. He is a legend. I ain't going to big him up too much when he comes down because he's only young or it goes to his head. But that kid, what a great kid. So proud of him. Shh, don't tell anyone. Did you all hear me whisper? Can you hear me whisper? Honestly, if you've seen the crap he puts up with at the co-op with all the people at the moment, he's gone from working 15 hours a week to 50, 60 hours a week. Such a good kid. Shh, don't tell him. You right, dickhead? Lazy sod. Never do nothing, do you?
Who?
Yeah, I weren't. Yeah, you just carry on. Did you find it?
No.
No, it's alright. Don't worry about it, bro. My arm's a bit better now.
You couldn't possibly be talking to me if you ever wanted anything from a supermarket.
I told them how lazy you've been.
No, you got to understand, the government sent out a bit of paper saying that I'm essential to the running of the country now. It's going to my head. Like a famous footballer.
Yeah, but that ain't going to his head if it's a famous footballer. What was the law? I've got
Captain Rex.
dyspraxia and it affects my fine motor neurons, so basically permanent finger shake, which is a pain when I'm trying to paint. Yeah, it's a fingertip control. Where am I? Where's my camera? So it's that full stretch with my fingers. I've got no strength at all. Pull myself in close, everything's fine. I don't know what it is. Like 6 months I've had it now, and it got to the point where I had to get physio. Yeah, it is crap. It is crap. Weird neurological injuries, they're just a pain in the bum and they don't go away. Alright, okay. A lot of us stuck at home at the moment. Do you think we will see the return of Cook with Rasta? Yeah, actually you will. It's something I want to make specifically. My mother found out the original recipe for frappe, which is Italian sweets, and I threatened to make them for you at Christmas, and I never had time. And I did make them for my daughter, but my mum's found the original. My mum's a nonna. She found the nonna's recipe, right? And when she remade them, they were ridiculous, and it's sweet, right? And none of you are going to have this. You need flour and eggs. So if you got flour and eggs, we're going to make something nice in like a week.
If you got flour and eggs, you're better off than 99.
If you haven't got flour and eggs, just give me a call. I have. But yeah, just flour, eggs, and a little bit of white wine and a few bits, and I'll show you how to make frappe. We're definitely going to do that. We actually want to do a proper little video for the stream.
Does it have to be that 000 flour or whatever it's called?
Yeah, so you normally use it's 000, so it's Italian flour for making pasta. If you haven't got that, plain flour will do, I think. Also, I'll have to check with my mum. So, I don't know. Alex, will you restrain my wrists?
Come.
No, I don't understand. Do you know what's really bizarre? Is most of the people that went out and brought that flour like that have never made a loaf of bread and wouldn't know what to do with a bag of flour if it hit them in the face. So I'm still there, and I don't know whether I want to just add colour to this colour, or I want to change colour. I don't know. Lee, do you think I should airbrush in some more lights, or shall I just finish it with a hand now? It's light enough in it at the front. Do you think I need to go back, or do I need to just highlight this now with a brush, Lee? I'm looking for Mr. Dalton's advice here. Let's get a bit on this face. Before I take it too far like I always do.
Larry's saying he can't believe the lack of flour. But the reason that there's a lack of flour is because when people couldn't panic buy bread, they bought bread making materials. So there's going to be a lot of cupboards full of yeast coming.
Right, look, and I know that isn't like the skin, right? But that's all I wanted, was to just catch the forehead and the two cheeks, because I want to bring the red in here, and then I'll start picking all the detail out with a brush, yeah? Don't want it. Okay, so can you give Lucky Callsign 1,000 spondoolies right now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Lucky. Thank you. What a kid. Right, so, where's Lee? Has he answered yet?
Yeah, he said it's brush time.
It's brush time. I thought it was. Lee's like, stop it. I've told you 1,000,000 times, stop it. Not everything needs to take 1,000 hours. Okay, so let's have a look at this. What do I want to do next? How do I want to move on? So what I want to do personally as a painter, I'm going to pull out some blacks. I need to see a little bit more definition before I start doing this muscle. So let me just catch these straps, right? And then I can just start putting some embellishments on the skin. Oh, there's no need for people to panic, because the bread is the one thing there really isn't a shortage of. But people just brought it all like idiots, obviously. Oh, well, I've just given her a load extra spondoolies, Rattler. Your little girl's amazing, giving me £2.22. What's that all about?
It's weird numbers. People like weird numbers. But
2's a good number. Who was that?
I'll tell you in a second. That was 5,000 different overs. Oh frick, £32.78. So
oh frick, I love you!
For the giveaway.
Right, everyone, the giveaway is unlocked. We are not going to start the raffle yet, though. We are going to start the raffle at... so much later than I thought it was. We're going to start the raffle at 9. And it is 500 spondoolies a ticket. You can have as many tickets as you like, and you can also get an extra ticket if you are a subscriber. I'll tell you how to enter when we come to actually upload the start of the competition. Do you know why Lucky bid? I've just worked it out.
What?
She wants it. She got the other one, didn't she? She won the other one.
Sense.
She's like, I need the pair. I'm going to run double casters. Oh my god.
There you go. I have updated that.
So on the boxer, all these straps are black. So let's just get these blacks in.
I'm just going to have a chat with the dog.
Yeah, could you have a chat with the dog?
Yeah, no.
Why don't you talk to him about your fist up his arse?
No, I'm not violent.
Just kill it. My dog's gone a bit mental, everyone. I think he's suffering from a bit of senility. He's been reacting really weird the past couple of weeks. He's just got old. For no reason, he's freaking out.
There you go. He decided he was going to chill out for a bit.
Yes, Enos! What are you saying? In fact, can we have a roll call of countries, please, tonight? I'd love to know where you're all watching from. And if you haven't said anything in the chat yet, I would like to see some comments from you. Ah, I love you, dude. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Andreas, man. It means a lot. Yeah, just because the raffle's open, everyone, don't let that stop your generosity. Although we do appreciate this is tough times. So thank you for everything you've donated so far. But yeah, every little penny helps. And to be fair, I'm going to give most of it back to the tax man anyway. So you're just supporting the country. I know this stuff's boring, right? But if you don't go through certain processes when you paint it, I can't lie it for you. I can't just paint you the flashy bits. And this really helps. So it started to just clean up in there. Once I put the belt on, it will start to clean up a bit more. And then we can see where we need to highlight. So by the way, I am using pure sable brush, available from ProTech if anyone needs them. What, are you giving me a shout out? A country's here, Alex. They're meant to be doing a country call. That's your job, Nanny Droid.
Yeah, no, I was trying to fix the giveaway, but you know, who wants the shadow caster, right?
Yeah, they can wait for that.
Shout out of countries. Let's have a look. Where did we go? Mark's from the UK. Ulfric says Lapland. Captain Rex is from Droidsville.
Yeah.
Lucky Call Sign says England.
Yeah, good
Phil,
girl.
the UK. Let's say UK.
That's all right.
Everybody's feeling a little bit close.
Enos isn't UK. I know Enos isn't. Archnell isn't.
No. OC, my family is from Anaheim.
Wicked.
Sick. In that time, Andreas.
Yeah.
Promised his wife a movie night and had to go.
Promised his wife a what?
A movie night and had to go. Mr. Stander reckons he's from Essex. I don't know if he's proud of that or whether it's like a confession thing.
He's never mentioned he's from Essex.
I mean, he looks it, doesn't he, though?
He does.
Bright orange and got...
You're right, Paul. How do, mate? That's how they talk in Essex, isn't it?
Enos is from the United States of America. No more details there.
Go on. It's all right, because I did ask for countries. I didn't ask for states and zip codes, did I?
Mark says Yorkshire, to be exact.
Good boy, Mark.
He's one of Johnny's lot, isn't he?
He's one of Clive's lot.
Oh, right, cool.
Yeah, they stick together up there.
That's wicked. That's good for them.
Never mess with people that's core diet is coal.
Rhinus is from a very familiar place, Minnesota, USA.
Yeah, boy. I've been there a couple of times. I quite like the place. I like the people that are there. I'm coming back next year, dude. I'm coming back. I'm bringing my daughter next year. So you're best prepared to meet the best Elapina.
Oh.
Because she will win worlds without actually competing. That's what none of you realise. Scarlett just needs to turn up.
So Mark is not from Yorkshire, though. He was born in London.
Yeah, he was born in London.
He was born in London.
London. I'll bend you up like a pretzel, mate.
Mark, what part of London were you born in?
Were you born in a proper bit of London, or were you born in a Nancy bit of London?
He's going to say something like Barnet.
He's going to say, like, Kensington, and I'm going to have to kill him.
Chelsea, yeah. Fulham.
He's not, I bet you he's not. He's a nice guy, Mark. I like Mark.
Yeah, I'm sure he's lovely.
He is lovely. Well, that's never been in doubt.
LaRock is from Teesside.
Yeah, man.
Scarf London. Oh, South London.
South London. South London.
Bandit country.
Bandit. See, because I'm from East London, right? So we would have to throw down at the Thames. You ain't even crossing the river.
Yeah, but
you would be on my side.
Yeah,
the north and the east fight the south and the west. That's just...
Well, no, the west don't fight, did it? It's just...
I was born within the sound of bow bells as well, Mr. Stander.
Yeah, so that's it. Were they still working when you were born?
They
But
were
they're
still
there,
working,
right,
yeah.
okay,
They
fair,
were still
yeah.
going while I was born.
Because like people now are born within the sound of imaginary ghost bells.
Ooh,
Don't go north of the Thames is what he's saying. I mean, yeah, don't actually if you're from South London. Don't
who's
go
that?
north of the
Mark Ian Fairbrother?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would stick with that, Mark. I
Yeah.
wouldn't come north of the Thames.
Yeah, exactly.
Because us East London boys might have something to say about you South London boys crossing the river. You'd be going home pretty bloody quick. Let's put it that way.
I don't know, but they want to once they've seen us.
What you got to understand is East London's where they keep the real gangsters, and South London's where they keep the phony ones that drive around in blacked out BMWs.
I don't know, it's still scary though.
I never said it weren't scary, but they're not proper gangsters over there. They're not, man. They're pony pretend gangsters. A proper gangster never hurt an old lady or a kid.
I think more importantly, the real gangsters are in villages in the Midlands.
In a co-op.
Yeah,
in a co-op.
living the life like that.
Alex has experienced a whole nother level of pain, everybody, with the past week or so's activities in the shopping area of life. Yeah, man, he's seen people argue over absolute nonsense. And these are all middle-aged, affluent, well-off people that should know better.
Arguing over every single thing, like even down to a basic thing of, oh yeah, but you know the sign says limit of 2 of everything in the shop, and it's like, well, if you read the sign on the bread, it does say limit of 1. There's no sign there. And it's like, come man, why you got to argue about it? Just accept it.
Lambeth, darling, Lambeth. Hello, my darling. How are you, my sweetheart? Has he kept you off stream? You got to tell him. You got to say, I'm in charge. I'm the boss here, Paul. You might be a big muck or something when you go X-Wing, but in this house, I'm in charge. You tell him. And remember, Mrs. Stander, if it ever gets too much with him and you need a reliable, trustworthy, good cook, look no further, all right? Love you, Mrs. Stander. Right, where are we? Why did I come in here? I came in here because I needed something. That was it. Got it. Oh, poor old Lucky, man. Just getting our butt kicked. We got loads of spondoolies. Just wanted one of these. Let's mix up some paint. Because like an idiot, I didn't keep it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who did that? Oh, Mrs. Stander, I love you. Guys, if you have got like, you know, what's it called, Amazon?
Amazon Prime.
If you've got that, you get a free sub, right? So go at the link at the bottom of the stream and it will show you how to do it. It's not going to cost you a penny if you've got Amazon Prime. But it helps us to survive. So 10 of those. We want one of these. Oh, that might have been 2, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And then we want at least 4 of these, maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll do. All right. Now, you're going to get upset that I'm using this brush to mix this. I'm not pushing it hard though, Lee, so chill out. I ain't got no others. Right. So what this is the base coat, right? So what we're going to use is we're going to use the base colour as a wash. We're not going to use washes as washes. I hate washes most of the time. They're used for very small things for me. So let's get a little bit of this and let's knock this out with some water, right? See that? So we've got nice opacity there. And then we'll start with it as a wash and we'll go in these darker spots. And so what I do here, see these? Cotton buds. So I keep one wet. Sorry, I got my brush in my mouth. Keep one wet so that we can use it as a clean-up method, right? So at the moment we're just trying to drop wash into these. At the moment. We are going to use this as a kind of an overall cover in a minute. So anywhere that you want to start putting some back, you can. But instead of washing over this, yeah, use it like paint. And because it's thinned and you're using it very slightly, you can rinse that out. So you can add in anything that's you want to readjust slightly with dark tones, or you want to put a little bit more of a dark line up. And then you can just feather that out with a little bit of water, or a little bit of, you know, magic spit. Let's go up here with this. Also got these little, see, he's got these veins, so we try and put a bit of something over there so we can catch that with a lighter colour. Same with over his scars. Let's go over his scars. See, he's got those scars, so we just put some red, and then we'll put a lighter colour over the top. Let's go over these. What are you laughing at, bro?
Lee was like, "That's why I sent you those brushes so you don't ruin the toads."
Right, okay, fair. But I weren't cleaning out with that. I was just mixing.
And then he said, "I'm back in 10." So he's.
All right, mate. Love you, bro. So soften with water. Soften with water. Lovely. Right. So now with the same thing over the top of these legs, I'm going to bring in this red a bit stronger now, just over this top. Right. Let's get it like that. Let's get some water and let's knock out that edge. Right, take that hard edge off with water. You see the red starts to shade more in, right? Because I wanted that a little bit dark, I'm going to do the same on here. Get the colour on, clean the brush, clean water and soften it out. Take that hard edge out before it dries, right? No, that'll find its own spot. And we're just starting to put, I've got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of control now where we're doing things. Okay. Let's do one more little coat on this side. And again, softening as you do it. So each time you layer, you change the opacity, you change the depth of the colour. Says the colourblind guy.
So where he's got like those ingrained sort of runes in his skin.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go up with like a glow on that, or are you gonna leave them as like scars?
I'm going to leave them deep, but then I'm going to highlight the edges of them.
Right.
To try and pop them out.
Yeah,
I did think about glowing and all of that, and it's just so much work. It's like so much work. So anywhere he's got veins as well on his muscles, I'm just going over with the red, just to give that a little colour. And then back in there, do need a touch more paint.
Right, so shall I sort this giveaway out?
Yeah. Have you got it sorted?
Give me a second. I have got it sorted. It is open.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, the giveaway is now open. Thank you very much for your generosity. In order to enter, you type !raffle and then the number of tickets you'd like. And if you are a sub, you will automatically receive a second one. Most of you guys know how to do it. I'm sure those of you that don't will watch the other guys that are doing it. Raffle's open. It'll be open until the end of the stream. Well, it might be. We might close it a little bit earlier. Depends. All right. Nice. Let's chuck a bit of this on. Just chuck a little bit of this in her face before I start highlighting that, because he needs a proper dark. He needs all sorts of highlighting, this guy. Okay. Oh, Phil loves a shadow caster. I know Phil would love to win this. Right, so
I'd love to win it.
While that's kind of chill, you're going to enter, aren't you?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you can enter, dude. While that's
What,
chilling.
you're telling me I can't?
Well, I could tell you can't, yeah. But no, I'm not. So this is, can't afford as many as you lot, good luck all. So this is flesh, the colour we used. Or was it? Don't use that, I didn't use that. This is the colour I used, dwarf flesh. Much darker. Look at the difference. I mean, this kind of makes it relevant because I'm going to use loads of this with it. So this is bone. We are going to chop down brushes now. I need a different brush. Okay. So, where are my glasses so I can actually see? So we're going to have a little mix here. We're going to get some of the dwarf. It's going to be a lot of the bone. And we are going to take some water or any flow medium you've got. Liquitex airbrush medium's really good. Haven't got any, still haven't got any. This will do. So remember, a brush is a tool like an airbrush. Good brush will hold paint here and feed like a quill. Roll to a point. Okay. So now, beautiful airbrush skin. You go and put a brush on it and you can ruin it. Take your time. These are like little highlights I want to do. And if anything, these are way more like I'm trying to just create some of those lines that were on the other model.
Oh, here we go. This looks like things. There's been no public gatherings above 2 people for the next 3 weeks. Official lockdown with police enforcement. Seems to be the gist.
Where's that come from?
The chat.
Didn't actually like that. I'm going to change that. I don't like that at all. Let's get rid of you. You are way too bright. Anything else?
I'm just waiting to see if any news outlets have thrown anything up yet.
Sorry, I got really quiet. Let me pick up some pure bone while I'm at it.
Privacy. People must stay in home except for shopping for basic necessities, daily exercise and any need, and travelling to and from essential work. Shops selling non-essential goods will also be shut, and gatherings in public of more than 2 people who do not live together is prohibited. If you do not follow the rules, the police have the powers to enforce them, including fines and dispersing street gatherings, Boris Johnson has said in a televised statement from Downing Street. Other premises, including libraries, playgrounds, outdoors gyms, and places of worship, must also close immediately. Parks will remain open for exercise.
Whoa!
I know, right? I know. Just like ignore it. Gatherings will be dispersed. No more park ninjas.
You're so funny. I've got to get a new nanny droid.
You know what? You will,
I do.
because I'll
Shut
probably take my nanny straight back to work for the next 6.5 years. People slapping their tickets up in a raffle. Look at this. Look, some people are flexing. Damn, 11, 12 tickets a pop.
Who was that?
Who do you think?
Mr. Ulfric.
Yep.
Good for him.
Archning.
I don't blame him. It's a very famous piece of work, that Shadowcaster. It's been much coveted, and I've had a lot of people offer to buy that off me, and I've never sold it, so...
Captain Rex said something similar. Look, yeah, there we go. They just made a slip up, and they're grilling me for it. Goddamn. It's alright, soon I'll get so good at learning this technology, I'll just be able to like control it from like a button I can press from the co-op, and it would just start streaming here, so you won't have to touch anything. I can still be in work and run the stream. Genius. It's weird without music. I'm definitely going to have to find something.
Yeah, you are going to have to find something, because I can't just keep painting forever and ever with no music on. It's like not my natural state of being.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's unnatural for the house to
It's
be
unnatural
this
for
quiet.
Honestly, about 4 seconds before we went live, there was full on like Japanese lo-fi at about 1 million.
And then,
And then it stopped instantly, and I barely made it to the screen in time. But yeah, there's always music on in my house. I love music. It's my life. So you see what I'm doing with the brushwork, right? I always say this. I'm not painting what I see. I'm painting a picture now. Can you start to see what's happening? So we use that higher colour to like pop details. Okay. What about the frame? We have, I mean, that's where it came from. But the last time we played it, people got a bit like, can you switch that off now? Because to be fair, it's the only one we could find that was anywhere near listenable. That's why we have been saying, if any of you know anyone with, or know some really nice license free, let us know. Just can't afford the money that it's going to cost to actually buy a license to put proper music on the stream. It's a ridiculous amount of money.
Alright, SoundCloud and the Free Music Archive. I will try both of those.
Is that Captain Rex?
Yeah.
So someone older than me just taught you how to technology?
Yeah.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh, look at me, I'm just a lowly shop worker that's learnt how to use a computer.
I mean, you're...
Stop grilling me, dickhead.
Oi, you can't say that. You know why Alex is brave? Is because he's a long way away.
No. This is a good start. It's already offered me multiple genres.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just go randomly put that stuff on.
No, I'm not going to. I'm just having a look.
Has it got reggae?
Maybe.
I bet you it has.
Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't actually class it as an official genre, to be honest.
What, reggae?
Yeah, honestly. Blues, classical, country, electronic, experimental, folk, hip-hop, instrumental, international, jazz, novelty, old-time/historic, pop, rock, soul and R&B, spoken, that's it.
You got to love any category that's got a slash in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, this category's so big, we needed a slash. It's 2 categories.
Read the rules on SoundCloud, you need to credit the performance. Yeah, definitely, I will.
Who's that? Captain Rex?
No, that was Lee Dalton talking about SoundCloud. Captain Rex was talking about the Free Music Archive. Scarlett has appeared.
Has she?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hello, my baby. Best Elapinas in the house.
Where is the metal, goddamn?
Where's the what?
Metal. Is that people like metal music, man?
Yeah.
You were one of those people once.
Oh man, yeah, about 3,000 years ago, something like that. Yeah, I really like to have decent music in stream, but I can understand how some people don't like it while I'm doing this. But for me, it just gets a bit quiet when I start to concentrate. So, everyone. Do you remember I was going to paint this in a show, right? I would advise none of you to believe anything I say ever again, because I clearly have no idea how long things take to paint and how much time I spend talking. Hey, Alex.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've just ruined it. I'm never going to get this finished in time. So we're looking at a two-part show today, everyone. It's been decided.
I listen to the original Conan the Barbarian or Starship Trooper soundtrack when I'm painting. I know you can't.
Who's that?
But just what I use. That's Archinin.
We do have quite a lot of the original Star Wars soundtracks as well, but once again, can't use those.
Captain Rick says he's good till midnight.
Captain, we're only here till 9:30 tonight, I'm afraid, my darling.
Oh, any more, and I'll just get to sleep.
Yeah, Alex is a broken young man.
I actually have my first day off in 8 days tomorrow.
Yeah, so if it wasn't for people like Alex, there'd be no food anywhere. So we're going to go till 9:30 tonight, a little bit earlier than I usually like to do on a Tuesday now. I like to go at 10 if possible, but we'll go to 9:30. What are you laughing at?
Rattler said I just listened to my wife moaning about the mess I'm making. Hilarious.
That's like you don't do that on stream because she'll get you, man, when the stream's finished.
How many people have we had absolutely ruined by the stream, where they've done something and they've gone, oh no, I hope my wife doesn't hear that, and realised then.
Do you remember James Alexander at Warlords?
Oh, with his
where I called him out and then he wasn't even meant to be there. And then he was like, "Oh my God, she's gonna go mad!" And then someone else grabbed like the £100 Star Destroyer he brought and went, "No, she will when she sees this though." And it was like, "Oh my God, ruined." What?
Captain Rex has thanked me for everything I'm doing, which is very touching. It's very nice of him. But Ulfric said, I designed Noah's Ark and you painted it.
What?
Because Mark said I'm in the same boat right now. But yeah. It shows that you two are both old.
Bring out the dad jokes. Mr. Stand Up, it's your cue. Right.
My favourite dad joke is...
Go on.
There's two fish in a tank. One says to the other, How do you drive this thing?
It's much better than anything Paul's ever put on stream.
James Alexander saved Paul Spurgeon the money because Paul was going to buy it, but John was free taking card payments at that time. So James went out and bought it instead. Oh, Archinan's wife wants to paint as well. Well, there is a weird pigtailed Italian bloke that teaches people to paint. He's on Twitch sometimes.
Right, now let's get a couple of things clear here, Nanny Droid. There is like one person on Earth that is allowed to call me pigtails. And it's not you, no. Right? It's that ginger twat Lewis, right?
Well, I just took a leaf out of his book.
Called me. I was about to get up and go round there, I'll tell you.
Sorry, I just don't have the energy.
I know you don't. That's why I was going to go round and get you.
I was just going to... I'll curl up in a ball here and it's almost the same as getting a kick in, isn't it?
Poor old Alex. The old people in the village and all the middle-aged people in the village have broken poor little Alex. They've broken you, haven't they?
Yeah, man. It's just... It's been a week. It's been a week. The world's just like exploded and I'm just like...
You stuck in the middle, bro? You stuck in the middle?
Well, like, 1 minute, I live in a sleepy little village. It's got maybe 4 people that come and buy some ham or something out the cart. My life's alright. And then, wow, Rastafari.
Yes, blessed love, Rastafari, Selassie. What are you saying? No one's ever come on my stream and said that. What the hell? Tin Squadron boys, you right? How you doing? Down in Devon. Got it right this time. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Impressive, wasn't it?
I love Devon. That was where we used to go on holiday when I was younger. It was all cottages and ice cream. It's lovely. Back before the dark days.
Well, the toilet paper shortages.
Cornwall.
Ah, God, did I get it wrong? Cornwall. What did I say? Devon. I was getting the wrong way around.
Oh, damn. That's it.
That's it. I've just lost all the Cornish audience now.
Numpty. Wow, look. Oh, Lord.
Who called me a numpty?
Your dad.
Oh, that's all right. he has exception.
Oh, Dad, yeah. That's like them coming on and going, yo, what's up, Southern Italy, you know? Yeah. The Rattler is definitely true.
What?
Rattler says watching the panic buyers at work is like being the only sober one at a party watching the drunks. But then again, I was the only sober one Friday night watching the drunks all brawl it out for whatever cans we had left. I'm pretty sure they were buying hand sanitizer to drink rather than to actually use it for sanitation purposes. Oh, that's it. Look, Tin Squadron are so vexed with you at the moment. You've started like the first quarantined beef.
Do I look bothered?
Right, I mean...
Have you ever seen me bothered about upsetting someone? Well, that's very untrue. But anyone on stream?
Then again, he has just complimented your work, so I think that the swift revenge is...
No, I get confused, man. I'm just a London boy. We didn't even know other places existed.
No, exactly. Outside of the 25, it was just like a wasteland in our eyes.
Honestly, when Alex come up here, he was like, what, they got street lights? And I was like, dude, that's not true, that stuff you've heard.
Yeah. And like, you don't all have to share the same village light bulb.
Well, it's popped him out a bit, ain't it?
Yeah, that's very nice.
Right, let's get some, because there's a couple of bits I weren't happy with. I just want this red back, just to It's when you make a mistake, you go back and you can wash in some colour. I wasn't happy with this bit here, believe it or not.
Geography is not your topic, is it, George?
No.
No.
Who's that?
Your dad.
I'm sorry, Dad. I paint. I'm good at making things, Dad. So here I went a little bit heavier than I wanted. So I'll just put some red back.
Oh.
What's that?
It's nice to see. People are asking about each other in the chat.
Oh.
It's just like a weekly come together, make sure everybody's still alright.
What, it's like they come on mid chat and they behave nicely and they're all like little rastas and they don't even realise. All you need now is them dreadlock wigs and you've all joined the club.
Be careful, you don't need dread to be a Rasta.
Yeah man, hear that everyone. You do not need dread to be Rasta. You just have to love your brother and your sister and your mother and your father, and that's it. What were they saying?
Lee said all of his dreads were on a falcon that somebody owns. And Ashton says his dreads were shaved off a long time ago.
Yeah, man.
But that's it. It ain't a haircut that makes you a person, it's the way you act.
Alright, there you go. That's pretty much the front skin. It's enough.
It's really nice.
So paint with the shape, give it some light, give it some colour effect.
You were proper optimistic though.
What, that I could do it all?
Yeah,
I really thought.
You've done the skin and it's taken you 2 hours and 7 minutes. And
I haven't been painting for 2 hours and 7 minutes. There's no need to exaggerate.
I'm just saying, we've been running for 2 hours and 7 minutes.
It's not my fault.
No man, it's cool, isn't it? Like, just don't go into project design. It's fine. It's not the life for you.
Alex has had a rough day. So far he's called me pigtails, dickhead. Don't do that for a job. Like, you do know you live here.
Do I know?
I own the power.
Do I live here? How long do I spend here?
Oh, shut up! You've done 2 weeks' work.
I'm having a bit of a nightmare. I need to rest.
Right, let's do, before I'm not going anywhere else, I'm going to do the face. I've got to stop talking with the brush in my mouth. Sound like I'm eating a sausage. Oh no! Okay, right.
Yeah, the squad mates are all here with Rasta.
So listen, I'll tell you what we're going to do. It is 9 o'clock. I'm going to give you guys like 4 or 5 minutes. If any more of you want to enter the raffle, it's !raffle. Number of tickets you want, they're 500 a ticket. Alex, rewatch this for when you went upstairs and listened to what George said. No, he doesn't need to know what I said about him, idiot. That was meant to be private. Now he's going to get all pissed off and he's going to come in here and he's going to kick off and I'm going to have to take him and show him that even though he's 24, he still can't knock me out.
Yeah, you know what? I can't, to be honest.
Because you like me.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why I wouldn't knock you out.
I'm past violence now.
Oh, Alex! That was a big statement, Bruce.
Yeah, man.
I'm really proud that you said that.
Violence don't get enough no more.
It is, Sam, if you've got enough spondoolies to actually enter. So spondoolies are earned by, for each minute you watch, you earn 1. For each penny you donate, you earn 1. For each cheer you donate, you earn 1. They're 500 a ticket. So £5 donation would get you a ticket. If you were a sub, it'd get you 2 tickets. And you can earn them through various ways, battling each other and all sorts of stuff. And if you do that, what he just did, it tells you how many points you've actually got. Next month, at the start of next month, we will be giving away Spondoolies to all of the subs. We'll get you some information about that soon. Right, so because I'm going to the face, I'm going to jump back quickly to a bit of dwarf flesh because I never got to that point on the face. So traditional face painting
with a brush.
With a brush. This is quite a big brush though. I think I might need a smaller brush. Handy.
It's far too embarrassing to do that.
What?
I'm trying to sub now.
Brother, if you just scroll down slightly on the stream, you will see a link that takes you to it and shows you how to do it.
He's tried doing the links before and he's taken them in a circle. Yeah, I mean, like, so on that little information tab, it's got like a Twitch and Amazon logo next to it. It should be pretty, like, step by step. They should be able to help you along. Mark says they're all going to earn lots of Spondoolies over the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, this is the idea. Tomorrow night, hopefully, guys, there'll be like 3 hours of gaming, or at least an hour and a half, and you just sit there and just earn your money while you're sitting there watching. You laughing at, bro? It ain't funny.
No, just the way people type things.
Go on.
Well, it's like he's put Lord in there, but the way he spelt it, the only way it registered is in my mind is like, oh, Lord.
Loudy, loudy, loud.
Lordy.
Nobody got time for that. I saw it coming, sweet Jesus.
A bit like Hype from Resistance.
He's a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy. He's a great guy. In fact, he's the opposite of a bad guy. He joined like a rebellion. Let's just say the rebels are the bad guys, and then that kind of changes your outlook on Star Wars. Start being a lot sadder when all those Star Destroyers get vaporized. Damn, autocorrect took me Scottish. No, laddie, no. Oh, wait. Let me try this. 1 second. This is something I can do. I can do that, Clive. Definitely.
What's that?
Clive would like me to give 1,000 Spondoolies to Sam.
Thank you, Ulfric. Is that Sam I went to Worlds with, Sam?
Yeah.
Give him 500 more.
Yeah, no worries.
That's it. If you want an extra 500 Spondoolies, all you got to do is come to Worlds with me. That's on me, bro. You just make sure you sub up and we're square.
There you go. Sam, you can now enter the raffle really quickly before it shuts.
I love you, Alex. You're funny.
Oh wait, no, that was Chris. that was at Worlds with us. Why has everybody got such similar names?
Yeah, well done. You just got lucky, didn't you?
She's got 500 spondylitis for summer on us. Don't tell anybody.
God, I can't even see the screen when I have those on. See what I'm starting to do here? I'm starting to pull out all of that with the brush. The reds are underneath. Let's put some bone in it with some of that.
There you go. He has received his ticket, which means that the raffle is...
Right, ladies and gentlemen, the raffle is about to close.
If I can find the button. Maybe it just won't ever close. Maybe we'll raffle until we're out of quarantine.
We can't.
It's alright, I'm fixing it.
There's no group raffles more than 2 people.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Are we even allowed to raffle? Does this count as a social gathering? Or is this like a conference call?
No, because it's my house. They all live here, so...
Alright, close entries. Entries have been closed. Let's give it some couple of seconds for tension to build.
Never heard that before. There's no tension to build because they've all entered.
Well, yeah, I know, but they want to find out who wins. If I was to walk away now, I'm sure some people would be losing their minds. Like, well, who's won, right?
I never thought of that.
Don't you want to find out who's won?
No,
Does
let's
anybody
just...
care who's won? Maybe I'll just leave it.
Yeah, let's leave it. Let's let them wait. They'll have to come back then, wouldn't they?
Alright, no, actually,
Okay.
I can't really wait, to be honest.
Why
I'm
not?
one of the most impatient people on
See, this is good. I like you interacting more with me, yeah?
Wow.
I don't like what you're calling me. Yes! So good. No, that's not Lee. That is not Lee. Lee is Protect the other one. I'm getting you your prize. Let me show you all your prize. My arm really hurts. I'm going to have to stop painting soon. It's really hurting me. I'm back, everybody.
Patch responded. Thank God. Yes, congratulations.
What? Protect Twitch has been removed as a winner due to inactivity?
I didn't do anything, no.
What? That's what you get. Look how beautiful that is. Look how much work's there. Look at that.
I don't know.
Look at that.
I don't know. I don't understand. I don't.
No, hold on. What's happened? Removed? Right. Who's Protect Witch? Put your hand up.
It's Protect Twitch.
Protect Twitch. Who is it?
Well, who else do you think it is?
Is it Lee or is it Zoe?
I think it's Lee.
Well, then he's won a Shadowcaster. Well done.
Yeah, I just don't know why.
The man donates so much money.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. Well done, mate. That's yours, bro.
I don't understand why the thingy kicked him out.
Okay.
But it's Lee.
There you go, bro. It's all yours. I don't care what the internet says. We pushed the button. You won it. You donated. It's nice, huh?
That makes flash. Oh.
Right. Let me carry on. I just want to get this face finished. I'm not going to lie. My arm has gone mad. It's really hurting me. So I'm going to finish off this little bit I'm doing on the face. And then I'm going to call it a night for tonight, and we will crack on with this next week. What? What are you laughing at that? I never managed to even nearly get it done.
Yeah, basically.
Thanks, Al.
Well, no, I was just thinking that, like...
I was like, I'm going to smash this. You watch me get it done in a show. Watch, Al, watch.
Yeah.
Nothing like it.
Staying away from painting the thing, so you can paint the thing in one stretch, and then
I can't see. I can't see nothing. Right, so at the moment it looks unpainted because this bit's a ring, and I've got to do all his teeth. But that's it. That's the simple expedient of painting the same thing with a brush. Lighter colours, dark first, lighter, build it up. I've got to do the eyes, and I've got to pick out a few more bits. Obviously the teeth and the nose, but that's it. And that'll fit nice with, let's have a look at him. You get him. Oh, it looks pretty bloody cool when you put him on there.
It does. That's alright, don't stick arms on him, we'll use them for Blood Bowl. Forget anything else.
Okay. So you guys are starting to see it now, right? That's looking very sweet. Okay, let's take that bad boy off. Right. Do you know what? We're going to wind down now because I love you all, but my arm is done. I don't know what's happened. I need to get my strap for the next show. We're going to call it there tonight. A little bit of a shorter one. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too boring because I didn't quite get to where I wanted to. But believe it or not, that's the hardest part, is getting these skins on. That's the hardest part. We've got the blends. We've done most of the skin. We need to just do the horns. We've got some detail to do on those straps and that big bit of cloth. You know, the toenails, a touch or two here or there. But this will start, by the end of next show, I guarantee this will be finished. All right, because I will have done a couple of bits and I'll leave it at a point where I know I can finish it. But so that's it. That's the way to get those blends on. So we've gone from dark red, almost black, into the reds. We got some black browns going into the hair, and then we've moved right round into the skin colours. As you see. Brilliant. Thank you, Archnin. Great stream again. You know, so have a great day off. Well, Alex is going to have a great day off. Daddy's going to be daddy duty as always. Yeah, let's go full screen, bro.
Yeah, no.
Just for a couple of minutes. I'll try and move out of the way. Then we can have a chat and stuff.
There you go.
That's no, we haven't.
No. Sorry. That's what you wanted.
That's what I wanted. Right. Oh, Jesus. Right, listen, everyone. It's been wicked. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry my arm has played up a little bit, but it's just the joys of being 45 and a little bit broken. I will be back tomorrow night with him, the amazing nanny droid, even though he couldn't find my arm support. It's okay, it was my bedroom's a mess because I've been training. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to play a game minimum. Maybe 2. If we play 2, we're going to start a bit early. We're going to start about 6 if we play 2, depending on Alex's feel. We had a look at a couple of lists that you guys submitted, and I haven't got exactly the same things, and I'm not sure those lists are...
To us, play style is more important than anything else.
But, no, Mr. Ander, I love you, but a Duchess Vader Sontier list is just a bit boring for me. I would prefer to play like Kylo Blackout rather than the 3 imp aces. I like more of a challenging list. But don't let that stop you chucking your lists on there, right? Just because you've put it and I don't play a game with it, don't mean it weren't worth putting it. The more you guys put lists, interesting things, even if I don't exactly copy it, I'll get some ideas and we'll try and put some stuff together. It would be nice if you guys chucked up whether you want to see, in fact right now, do you want your average full-on meta testing game where you've got stuff that you see in winning tournaments, or would you like something a little bit skew-iffed where we ain't just playing Bobakoshka, blah, blah, blah. I just think it's rubbish. Got to be honest with you, Mr. Ander. Every time I've flown it, or most of the times I've played against it, that thing goes pop as soon as I get my hands on it. I'd definitely play, you know, Vader Sontier, or no, you know, like Vader Rexler or something like that. I like them with a few toys.
There you go.
Something off the beaten track. All right.
I'll build something.
Something not matter. Stay safe, everyone. I love you, Dad. Thank you for watching. We will. What we'll do is we'll do something non-meta tomorrow. I wonder if I could rehash something from the past that isn't matter anymore. Let's see if I could make it work.
Well, should I go completely out of the box?
No, I'm just wondering whether I should make...
Wedge.
Well, I was thinking about trying to put Lebo on the table.
What, like a Lebo Miranda or something? Nice, yeah, we'll have a play in a bit.
We'll have a look, right?
Dengaroo.
Don't you remember my Dengar build that I did on stream? Do you not remember? Where I tried to make Dengar a thing again, and it was all right a bit.
Where do we send them? I mean, send them to the...
So please put them on the Weekend Warlords Facebook, like the X-Wing, or the Facebook page.
We'll just send it in Messenger to the Weekend Warlords page. That's the best way for me to pick up.
That's the best
Failing that, just messaged it to me. It's all right. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Lists are always good.
That's it. I've got to move the camera. I don't like that when I look at the screen, I'm looking down here and not up there. It's in a weird bit. I tried, but he's rubbish.
Wait.
Like, what?
If I just use Dengar Crew, does that make Dengar back meta again? If I make a list with Dengar Crew rather than Dengar?
No, I doubt it. No. Right, that's it for tonight. I am knackered. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't subbed, liked, push the notifications button, all of those things, follow us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube and Twitch. If you can, support us with a Patreon, please do. If not, thank you so much for watching. Just watching alone is enough support. Listen, stay indoors. Don't do nothing stupid. Be safe. I'd like to see you all here next week and the week after and the week after and the week after, right? So that's what's really important. Come back. We'll do some stuff. If I'm not streaming, someone else will be streaming. Lee's on Wednesday. So you've got 3 days solid, yeah? So you've got me for 2 and then you've got Lee on Wednesday over on the ProTech channel, which is open back up. Do that. Don't go out. Don't spread it. Don't go and buy all the toilet rolls. Don't buy all the pasta. Be nice to one another. I love you. Peace. One love.